Stop Online Piracy Act, and right now Rupert Murdoch is going and personally lobbying people in Washington to support it. Now, why is he doing that? A lot of Democrats are already on board, so what he wants to do is go shore up the Republicans so that this thing can pass. What does the Stop Online Piracy Act do? It basically gives private companies and the government to come in and shut down nearly any website. If your site is a pirate site that is taking pirated movies, right, it should be shut down. There's nothing wrong with that. But what the law says is if your site has a link to a pirate website, then we're going to shut down your website. But then not only that, if your website has a link in the comments section that goes to a pirated website, or a site that has some material that's pirated on it, it can be shut down. That is so broad, it gives the government the ability to censor any website, and in fact, any private person to be like, hey, you know what? Warner Brothers, they don't like Facebook for some reason. They're like, oh, there's a lot of comments with a lot of links. End of this, your whole website is shut down. It's a crazy law. I mean, it is outrageous. Of course, it has bipartisan support. Part of the reason that it does so is because the Democrats, of course, take a lot of money from trial lawyers, which love this law, and Hollywood, which also loves it and pushes it. That's part of the reason that Rupert Murdoch is pushing it for his company that deals in movies. His portion, he's got a huge portion of News Corp that, of course, is in the movie business. Now, luckily, some people are fighting back, led by Senator Ron Wyden, and he put a hold on the bill initially in the Senate, and they have their own version of this bill, and then he's collected over 1 million signatures, and he says that he's going to go filibuster it and read all the names on that petition, which would be awesome. Unfortunately, they can get around his filibuster, but Ron Wyden's done something good. On top of that, he's proposed a new version of the bill, which takes out all the nonsense about links. It does not give any private citizen or company unilateral right to shut down anybody else's website. What it says is, if the site is primarily doing pirated movies, TV shows, music, whatever it might be, then we can shut it down. Okay, well, that makes a lot more sense. Plus, this would only apply to international companies because we already had that power with domestic companies, and that's what they're trying to do, is apply it to internet companies that are abroad, so they can go to domestic companies that are handling their domain names or their payment structure, et cetera, and say, hey, you're going to shut this down for us. If it's a pirate site, I think it makes a lot more sense. If it's the original version of the bill, that is an absolute disaster. Now, are the 1 million signatures going to do it by itself? Of course not. But in this case, luckily, the opposition has $90 million they've spent in lobbying, but so does our side, because our side has Google, Facebook, et cetera, and they have also spent $90 million in lobbying. Because if it was just up to the voters, who cares, right? No, but now that there's $90 million on both sides, now it's a little bit more of an even battle, so we'll see how it plays out. And by the way, God bless Ron Wyden for fighting a good fight on this bill.